everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Thursday weather video, brought to you as usual by Country TV, Sky Channel 081. So did you enjoy the warm weather last night? A number of regions had very warm weather, 25 degrees in Kaikoura at midnight, which is exceptionally warm for May during the day, let alone nighttime in the South Island. Most of Canterbury was in the low 20s towards midnight, but a little southerly change came into Dunedin around then. It was 19 degrees in Wellington and Auckland, also in the late evening. So all of that warm weather, by the way, 19 degrees in Auckland at nearly midnight, but it was only 11 degrees in Hamilton just down the road with 100% humidity as well. That means some of you felt like it was a little bit cooler than what we were reporting, and that was simply because of the dampness in the air, and a slight breeze could certainly make it feel much cooler than it was. So a real variety in temperatures, all thanks to the northerly flow coming down across the country. You can see it here marked by this cloud. High pressures off to the east. The anticyclonic winds around it are scooping air from south of Fiji and south of New Caledonia, and then sending it straight down as a northerly, and that's why it was so warm last night around the South Island, and windy also around Wellington. We've seen a little bit of rain as it moves up the country over Thursday, and so when we switch on the wind and rain maps, this is how it looks as we head in towards Friday. That little burst of rain moves into the upper North Island, which is good news actually. Some of the dairy farmers and farmers could do with a bit of rain. It's quite dry around Waikato and Auckland and western parts of Northland, so a little bit of rain in there would be useful. There won't be a huge amount, but there's a little bit in there, all trapped up in that northerly flow. Not so wet around the rest of the country, and in fact a little bit cooler as we go into Friday, thanks to lighter winds and a little bit of cloud here and there. Okay, into the weekend, and not a great change. The high is out to the east, the wind flow nor'east around the top of the country, so it's still mild, well above average for you. And we see nor'westers returning to the south, so not cold for you either. Dry with light winds for the middle part of the country. And we end on Sunday with no great change, although there is a subtropical low up here to keep a little eye on, but I don't think it's going to do too much. But it might bring in some rain maybe towards Monday or Sunday night. Humid nor'easters, so it's not going to be overly cold, that's for sure. And the nor'westers are going to be blowing around the South Island. They're not very strong, mostly light. So slightly cooler nights again with the winds dying back. The warm, humid weather is still around. It's still coming around the outer side. But because the high has dropped a little bit further south and expanded a little bit further west, it's pushing that humid northerly flow over towards Aussie. So they just had snow in Tasmania to 800 metres yesterday. Look at the weather there, it's pretty much northerlies coming in by Sunday straight out of the subtropics and also out of the desert. So warm weather coming for them, which means we've got warmer westerlies coming back at some point next week. So we're not out of the warm weather just yet. Don't forget, for the 10-minute long 10-day forecast, go to Sky Channel 081 Country TV.